better bring it if we debating going toe to toe. No holding back, I'm speaking the facts. Let me introduce you to the dopest show. NerdyD and Milwaukee Mike, bringing the energy. If you a fan of wrestling and especially WWE, this is the Casual Wrestling Show. Casual Wrestling Show. We got opinions, we letting them know. Casual Wrestling Show. Hey, ain't no holding back.
What's up, guys? This is the Casual Wrestling Show with Mike and D. I am the official casual YouTube ambassador for Friday Night SmackDown, NerdyD, as always joined by the co-host of the show and the official casual YouTube ambassador for Monday Night Raw, the one, the only Milwaukee Mike. Each week, we bring you fast-paced hot takes for your listening enjoyment. We're going to touch on Raw, SmackDown, AEW, and we're even going to create a top match stipulation power ranking this week. But first, Mike, I'm going to start off with a question. You did something last night. You hit me with something. You fucked my whole world up, okay?
Okay.
During Monday Night Raw last night, you brought to my attention in the Casual Wrestling Discord, which if somebody listening is not part of that, links in the description. Go ahead and join. That's where these kind of things happen. But you hit me with this anomaly of a question where you said that Jey Uso appeared to be the same size as Ilya Dragunov in the ring. Now, I went back and rewatched the match again after I'd watched it the first time, and I can indeed confirm that I detect zero lies in what you said. So now I have a problem. They're listed with some places 3-inch difference, some places a 4-inch difference. But these guys look to be the same size. Mike, who's lying? Who's lying to me?
I mean, that's a good question because, after last week and the kind of backlash that both of us kind of got from Jey and Dragunov, I wanted to make sure that this was the match that I definitely wanted to kind of zone in on. And that was kind of the first thing that I kind of realized and saw with my eyes was, hey, man, Jey is a little bit taller, but they're pretty similar, and it did raise the question in my head, like there might be something here that we kind of have to pay attention to.
There's a conspiracy. We got to do some detective work. We have to do what the IWC's not willing to do. I've chalked this up to one of 4 possibilities, and you can tell me which one feels the best to you. But number 1, at the age of 30, Dragunov has grown 4 inches. Okay, don't know. Hey, crazier shit has happened, Mike. It's possible. Okay. On the flip side, at the age of 39, Jey Uso has shrunk 4 inches. Always possible. Okay. Next one. I don't like this one, Mike. I don't like this because this one's deceiving. I don't like this. Dragunov could be putting lifts in his boots. I've seen him on TikTok. These guys put these things in their shoes and they trick these girls into showing they're taller. Dragunov could have ordered some of those. But last, Mike, this scares me. WWE could have developed some kind of augmented camera that is balancing out the heights in these guys. And here's the problem. If AEW gets a hold of this technology, we're fucked. They're all going to stretch them out to look like Gunther and Drew McIntyre in the ring.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, you fucked me up because what you did was you poked a hole in my size matters theory.
A little bit.
Because I've been sitting there, all I've been doing is big up in Jey Uso. I'm defending Jey Uso, and I'm taking hot shits all over Dragunov. And they're the same size.
Yeah, man. I think obviously the ring gear, the boots more specifically, I think that has something to do with it. Obviously,
not
I don't
4
think
inches.
No,
4
I don't
inches,
think
Mike.
No, I don't think he's putting lifts in his boots, but I think Jey wears more of a casual shoe. Yeah. And Dragunov has the actual boots. So I think that kind of gets him a little bit closer. I think also this happens all the time in sports, right? Especially in basketball. The little, they're listed as 6'3", but they're really maybe 6'1". So I think there might be a little bit of that as well. Because
I was 6'5" in my college program. They gave me 2. They gave me 2 inches.
Okay.
So it happens. It happens.
Because I think they also they overestimate weights as well. So I think that could definitely be a thing. But last night they looked pretty even, and that was definitely something that definitely jumped off the screen for me.
It wasn't glaring enough of a difference in height for my theory to work. For me to go, Dragunov is too little. He doesn't look big enough. You brought it up, and it's fun to say. It's fun for me to scream. But when I looked in there, there's not enough size difference to say that one guy is significantly smaller than the other, and in terms, like, by my theory, should get beat up. It didn't exist. Did
you catch the interaction between Dragunov and Gunther in the back?
Yeah, definitely.
Didn't look that crazy.
I agree. That's why I think he has lifts on. He's lifting himself up, Mike. My theory can't be wrong.
I got you.
All right, so as the official ambassador of Monday Night Raws, Mike, I look to you to keep me informed on what I'm missing on Monday Night Raw each week. So hit me with your tidbits of knowledge that you have this week.
Yeah, man. Last week I kind of was critical of the product, but last night, that was a good show. That was a very good show. It kept me entertained from the jump to the closing. I think the interaction between McIntyre and Priest, that definitely got the Rock, thrown at a potential storyline there.
Definitely.
I'm intrigued to see. And Damian Priest, I'm not mad at his title run. So I know it's been only about a month, but I think last night was definitely his best promo.
I talked about it earlier today. I was talking about it. I was wrong. You were right. 100%. I called it out. You were right. He has stepped up as a champion should, and he's elevated to a level he wasn't at. He did.
Yeah. So I was happy with that. I thought the matches, the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring matches, those were good matches, man. I mean, Kofi and Gunther, we all kind of knew Gunther was going to win, but it was entertaining.
Better than it should have been.
Better than it should have been. I think the Lyra and Zoe Stark match, that was good.
I'm with you.
That was good. Io and who did Io go against?
Shayna
Baszler. Maybe one of Shayna Baszler's best singles matches ever.
Or best, I think.
Yeah. So the product as a whole was very, very, very good last night. But we have the
don't do it.
The main
don't
event.
do it. Don't
we had
do
the main
it.
event. So we gotta get into it. We gotta get into it. We gotta jump on your boy Jey Uso a little bit here. Now, I think there's a theory going around that Drew McIntyre was pulled and Jey was put into the spot. And I think there's a lot of people saying that they're just continuing the story that Drew was going to be winning these matches that Jay's winning. It was just kind of a plug and play kind of thing. Makes sense, right?
Okay.
I think the match last night between Jey and Dragunov, again, I will say this now.
Don't do it.
Jey is an attraction.
Don't do it.
He's a draw. He's going to get the crowd going. He's a fan favorite right now. So obviously him winning makes sense from that aspect, right? Dragunov carried that match last night. And I think for me, as somebody that has watched Dragunov up to this point, he pulled back a little bit because he definitely he pulled back to accommodate Jey, which I don't know how we should feel about that. And I know the move set with Jey is a whole issue, and a lot of people have been touching on that. And he's got his bag, and Dragunov's got his bag. But I personally, watching that match last night, between the height, kind of being similar, and me knowing what Dragunov's capable of, he definitely pulled back and accommodated Jey. Now, I think they made the right decision, right? I think they made the right decision because you're not going to put Dragunov versus Gunther on a random Monday night in May for a positioning to get into the King of the Ring final. I think they're saving that, and you saw that from the interaction that they had backstage. Okay, they're going to cook that. They're going to make that something big, whether there's the title involved or not. They're going to make that match a marquee. It definitely begs the question, though, where are they going with the King of the Ring final? Because you could argue Gunther could be the guy. He could definitely be the guy. You could get Gunther versus Randy Orton, which it's a
great match. Great match. Not mad at it.
It's a nice match. You could go Jey Uso versus a Randy Orton. But I brought this up in the Discord last night. Are they going to go this route?
Yes, they are. I said this Monday. Are
they going to plug back into the bloodline thing here?
This is the reinsertion.
Are they going to go Jey versus Tama Tonga?
Yes.
And
Jimmy shows back up. Yes, the whole family's involved, Mike.
Yeah. You would think that'd be something, but then that kind of makes you wonder. Okay, well, is it too soon? Is it too soon because we're only in May, and you would think that the bigger matches are going to happen more towards SummerSlam and beyond. So
true.
I'm curious to see what they do with that. I agree with you. I don't think Gunther needs a King of the Ring crown. I think that's corny. He's not somebody that would walk around with a crown. It makes no sense.
You saw all those diamonds, right?
I saw him.
That's not a Gunther. That's not a Gunther crown.
No, it's a Jay thing for sure. He's already got the grills and he's got the chains and throw the crown on
that
him.
Crown was made for one person, Mike.
He's yeeting with a crown on. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, but yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of direction they're going to go with that.
All right, so I'm gonna say this: the hate has to stop. You gotta quit hating my boy Jey Uso, man. So what? He only has 5 moves, Mike. He does them really good. He does those 5 moves really well. Okay, have you seen his super kicks, Mike? He does them well that he does them 15 times a match. It's because they're so good. It's not because he can't do anything else. Hey, did you used to play Mortal Kombat, Mike?
Yeah.
You remember the sweep kick when you could just sweep kick someone over and over? That's Jey Uso. That's what he's doing. Right. Nobody's figured out a counter yet to stop his unbelievable super kick, his ridiculously amazing spear, and his simple splash off of the top rope. And his promos, Mike. We got to quit hating on his promos. This is how the damn kids talk today, okay? This is how the kids talk today. They say shit like yeet and skirt and yar. He's just speaking. He's not speaking to us, Mike. He's speaking to different people. It's a younger generation. I'm sorry that we're just not hip enough to keep up with what Jey Uso's working here. But you see the crowd, right? But I'm trying to diversify myself and get hip, Mike. I ordered some Yeet glasses.
Oh.
I got on order a blue and white Yeet shirt. I'm all in on Jey Uso. I get it. Everything you're saying is absolutely true, but I'm going to double down and say that as long as his entrance is that good in WWE, that's the type of shit that they will completely get behind and push him to the moon for no reason other than, hey man, they're responding to this entrance thing. They're turning the lights off, Mike. He's got, what do they call them? Yeet, the Yeet flies. The Yeet Firefly, something like that now.
Yeah.
He's taking on the essence of Bray Wyatt. Hey, this man, Jey Uso's killing it. I don't know. I can't stand for the hate that you are putting out into the world from my boy Jey Uso.
But do you think that he needs a singles championship, though? Considering everything.
Okay, hold on. Do I stay in character or do I do this correct? Or do I do this real? Do I think he needs a singles championship? I think that it's a real tricky situation on Raw right now because I think he's outgrown mid-card championships.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's a guy that's in line for a world title. So he's in a weird area. He almost would be better off on SmackDown because I think once Cody's done, that title may have more wiggle room to move around. I don't think in the year 2024 he's a world champion. I think that he moves on and does bloodline stuff.
I'm with you, and I think the biggest opportunity that he had was to defeat Roman for that championship.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
That was if you were going to have him win a championship, that was going to be it.
I think at some point in his career he is a champion, though. I do believe so.
Yeah, I could see that, but in terms of right now,
I don't.
He doesn't need it, and I think he knows that because man, he's getting all the love that he would get as a champion. So why throw a belt on him?
And what I said earlier today was, once Roman comes back, they're going to treat them more like equals this time.
Oh yeah,
I think Roman's gonna. I'm assuming here. We assume Roman comes back in a babyface capacity.
Yeah.
And by then Jay's been built up, and I assume Roman comes back a little humbled, like, I'm proud of you, Jay. I'm proud of what you've accomplished. And I think by then they will have worked Jimmy into this story enough to kind of raise him up. And I'm with you. I don't think they have to have titles. I think more important than titles are big wins for them.
Yeah.
Beating guys like Gunther, having that on your resume later on is more important to Jey Uso than some 3-month title run. I think like you said earlier, Damian's doing a good job. I think he's bought himself some more time. I think next up on that list has to be, the short list is, I could see Gunther is definitely getting one by Germany, I think. Drew McIntyre is still due one. He's exploded on his in-ring promo work. And then you still can dangle CM Punk at any point in time. I think CM Punk's humble enough to be that transitional guy. If they need him as a babyface, as a heel, he can do it. So, yeah, Jay just doesn't make sense on that list.
Got you. I'm with you.
All right, so let's talk about SmackDown, Mike, because I've seen the IWC talking a lot about Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes. That's the main thing I want to talk about tonight. What are your thoughts? Because I've seen, like, all over the place. The comment section on videos I make, it's all over the place. What are your thoughts on Logan Paul being Cody Rhodes' next challenger?
Yeah, so I like the matchup, right? I don't like how it came together. And the reason I say that is because the reason I say that is because I saw a stat that he's defended the title twice in I think over 200 days, which
Logan.
His US title. And I mentioned that a couple episodes ago where that concerned me because it's like, is he holding that title hostage? and I guess I'm a little confused on the title versus title aspect of this thing. Like, you assume that, you know, the winner is going to get both titles. I'm assuming that's how they're playing it, you know, from what I've gathered. But look, when you go to Saudi, you need the matches that draw, and Logan versus Cody Rhodes is going to draw. I mean, that's just a no-brainer. That's you hit it out. Logan does well in the ring. He has gotten way better with his promo. I mean, I think his best promo work was last Friday.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of people say it was corny and shit like that.
No.
But that's also who Logan is.
Yeah.
He is a little bit corny by design. He knows what sets people off.
Yeah, I think that was his best promo work that he's done to this point.
I'm with you.
So yeah, I'm not mad at the match. I just think the way that it came together, right? Like, I would almost expect that he would have dropped the U.S. title before coming into this picture.
Makes sense.
I've seen this collision course happening, right? Everybody that he gets on his podcast, he eventually ends up fighting.
Definitely.
So we knew this was going to happen. I just, you know, the way it came about, I think was kind of like, okay, but yeah, I'm excited to see it, man. I think it's going to be a hell of a match.
So I put together 5 questions here that I want to ask you because I want to double down and I want you to confirm to the IWC why this makes sense, right? Okay. So number 1, Mike, who on the roster is the most globally recognized superstar?
Outside of Cody,
globally,
maybe LA Knight.
You think globally? Not so. Okay. So let me rephrase the question. Not just for wrestling.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
for everything. Just you show a picture to people. Who do they recognize?
No brainer. Yeah.
It's Logan, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Who in WWE right now, last 5 matches, has higher profile opponents and wins? Logan beat KO and Randy. He beat KO by himself. He beat Rey Mysterio. He beat Ricochet. And he did lose to Seth Rollins, but it was still a big-time match. Who has that resume?
Well, and then you can throw, Roman.
Exactly.
Now he's going to have Cody.
Yeah, you go back even farther. Yeah, exactly right. He's got a resume that makes sense that he should be in a main event right now. Who would you say is the most hated heel on SmackDown right now? SmackDown's lacking heels. Like,
it's not many.
The question is, if it's not Logan, who is it?
That is true. That is true.
That's my retort to everybody who says don't do Logan. But who is it then? And that's a WWE problem. I'll agree. I don't think it's a matchup problem. It's a WWE problem. And the last question is, Mike, who's the longest running champion right now in all of WWE? Every brand. It's Logan Paul.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you need reason to say why would Cody want to fight him, it's to end that title reign. Sure. It's to put an end to Cody is a wrestling guy. Logan is the outside guy. So Cody's trying to put an end to this. But let's add on top of that the fact that every other credible person was part of King of the Ring. And so the problem for me is you can't have somebody lose in King of the Ring and then be given a title match. That's Tony Khan's style of booking, right? We talked about it with like Edge and Christian and all those guys. Just, hey, here, you get a title match. You showed back up.
Yeah.
I can't make an argument for AJ Styles, even though me and you agreed that the AJ story could have continued on. A clean loss was a clean loss. I don't know if that thing could have ended with a DQ or with some funny business. I think you could have rolled that over. But once he lost clean, I don't think you can award him another title shot. So that's what I said. I keep asking people, who's the better choice? And here's one thing I said Monday, that this is a long shot, but I believe Logan Paul is this kind of genius when it comes to marketing. He's been in a podcast fight with his partner, George Janko. He kicked him off the podcast. They're fighting on TikTok, making videos about each other. I could see that being a storyline, Mike. I could see George Janko's kind of a good guy. If he comes in and gets Logan disqualified during the match and cost him an opportunity to be WWE champion, this thing spills outside of WWE. You now have mainstream media markets who have picked up on this podcast fight talking about this, and it protects everybody in the match. Cody's kind of like, what the hell just happened? Logan retains his belt. Cody retains his belt. Logan gets all this new content that he gets to go forth with. It just, to me, it's a long shot, and WWE lately has liked the idea of bringing in these third parties like iShowSpeed and KSI and getting that mainstream attention, because to me, King of the Ring is not about the WWE title. This isn't the one where Cody has to have a clean finish and this match has to be the match of the night. To me, the two king and queen, that's what the night's about. And then you can do something wonky with the finish. And if the show goes off the air and it's just mass chaos, Sunday night or Sunday and Monday, that's all we're talking about, is how weird that show was.
Okay, that's interesting. And I could definitely see that happening. I'm aware of the kind of beef that they've been having with their podcast and everything. I just don't know that wrestling, WWE universe wise, I don't know if there's connection there. So
do you think they care though? Do you really think WWE cares? Honestly, at this point in time, because to me, like, iShowSpeed doesn't really have wrestling connection, and they have him become a part of WrestleMania.
I think people have seen him though. So there's some kind of a familiarity. I don't know this George Janko guy. I don't know that people would really know, like, what the hell. So I have two scenarios in my head how this could happen, right? Stay with me. I could see AJ Styles getting involved.
100%.
I could see him costing Logan his opportunity.
Agreed.
And then Logan and AJ have a feud for the United States title. I could see it going that way.
Makes sense.
Another way, which you're probably not gonna, I know you're gonna cringe a little bit on this one. Uncle Howdy gets involved.
I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I just don't think that's a long-term successful plan for Cody or for the Wyatt Six.
It's not long-term, but it is more so like it protects Logan and Cody. It gets Uncle Howdy introduced to this whole situation now. It's a big story, right? That's how you go off the air, where Uncle Howdy's, the Wyatt Six. I could see that being a situation that WWE's like, yes, that's the moment, because obviously we don't want Cody to have two titles. We don't want Logan to have two titles. Let's figure out a way to kind of make him come out clean, unharmed, but also make a splash. So
now roll with me here. Roll with me here. What if George Janko is in the Wyatt Six?
Okay, now you're okay. Yeah. Let's throw them in.
It all comes in. We just bring it all together there. AJ all Styles, together. George Janko, Uncle Howdy. Bring them all out at once. I'm with you.
Good,
I'm with you. I know it's a long shot. I think it's something that could happen. I think you're right. Most likely it's AJ Styles gets involved. I'm not mad at the Wyatt Six idea. I feel like that's the part of the show where they can introduce something crazy that'll get talked about. King of the Ring, it's going to be pretty straightforward. By then, would you say that we'll know it's either Jay or Gunther? It's probably not. I don't even think LA Knight's getting there. But like, if it's Jay versus Tama Tonga, it could go either way. If it's Gunther, he's more than likely winning. Gunther's not losing in the King. So I think that's pretty straightforward. I've picked Tiffany Stratton to win the women's side. I don't know. What do you think about that side?
Oh. Tiffany makes sense from her personality, right?
That's what I
see
think.
her being I can see her being a complete bitch and bratty, like I'm the queen. I could see it going that way. I could also see a situation where they put EO in that situation as well. I don't love that idea, but I could see
makes sense. It makes it I could see how you do that. I think though, if we're not, I don't foresee Tiffy getting a title in the immediate future, so it gives her kind of a big thing to boast about for a while. I think that I could see Jade Cargill somehow getting screwed out of it. I don't think they want to put all this pressure on Jade Cargill right off. That Queen of the Ring, tag team champion, you're everything. Right. I think that they'll figure out a way to Nia Jax comes back and takes her out during the match or something like that. That's what I think. So, yeah. All right, let's move on. AEW affirmations, Mike. I have an announcement to make. I didn't want to have to do this. I didn't want it to come to this. We've put effort into this thing. We've watched loyally on a weekly basis. And then I opened up my TikTok, the casual wrestling TikTok this morning, Mike, and once again flooded with DMs telling us what idiots we are. We don't know anything about wrestling. Who are you guys? Yeah. Typical. You guys are WWE marks. Even though we've been trying, right? One guy told me that we watch wrestling like a 7-year-old.
Okay.
Don't even know what that means. Maybe we just enjoy it too much. 7-year-olds tend to really like wrestling. Had a couple people tell us we should unalive ourselves, Mike.
Oh, okay.
That's just this is what happens when I open up the inbox. But there was one message that stood out to me. Message that stood out to me and said that me and you are jealous of Tony Khan. Oh. And I won't stand for that kind of shit. I will not stand for that kind of shit. That we are jealous of Tony Khan and the success that AEW has. I don't know what this guy's watching, what product he's watching, but we won't stand for this. And I'm not a jealous person, Mike. Tony Khan's the last person in the world I would want to trade places with. I have no desire to. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. As a parent, because we're the daddies of these IWC, that's what we are, right? We come in here and school these guys week after week. We have to give them consequences when they come out here and act up. Okay. So we're going to put these guys on a timeout. We're doing a AEW IWC timeout. There's a consequence when you pop off like that. We're drawing the line, and they can sit in the corner like little bitch-ass motherfuckers and wait till we're ready to watch again.
Yeah. I'm with you.
So that's it. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about Jungle Boy. I'm not talking about the Young Bucks. I'm not talking about Tony Khan. They can do that shit. They can go listen to Dave Meltzer. They can get in a circle and jerk off to Dave Meltzer together. That's what they can do. Yeah. We're not doing it. We'll just talk about WWE. All right, we'll just do what we do. And they can no more Darby Allin bus jokes for them.
No.
That's above them. They can't have that shit no more.
Yep.
So AEW casual wrestling watch experience on hold.
The only thing I'm jealous of Tony Khan is his money, man. That's about it.
Even then, there's no amount of money in the world that would make me want to be that man.
That is true. That is true.
You still have to wake up and be Tony Khan.
Yeah. I don't want that. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
All right, starting this week, Mike, we're going to change up the power rankings just a little bit. We're going to rotate topics on a weekly basis. This week, we came up with the idea of ranking the top 8 match stipulations. We will then take our combined top 8 list, put it in the Casual Wrestling Faction Club page as a bracket fight, and we'll see how everybody plays out our choices.
Cool. I'm with that.
I put together my top 8. I'm sure you have your top 8. How do you want to do this? 8 to 1, just kind of announce, and then as we go, fill it out where we want to slot them in.
Yeah, I think we could probably do that.
Okay.
I think we could probably do that. Yeah.
So I'll go first. My number 8 here is a Falls Count Anywhere match. So I'm just going to place it to start at number 1, and then whatever you say, we'll either put above or below until things start to fall off the list.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn back the clocks a little bit here. Right?
Okay. See, I like this. I didn't know if we were doing this.
Yeah, I'm turning back the clocks a little bit.
Okay.
I might get a little heat and backlash.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I'm going to Attitude Era. I'm going when things.
You're gonna get us canceled, Mike. You're gonna get us canceled, Mike.
I might get us canceled here. I'm gonna try and cater to the IWC a little bit because I know there's some dudes that are gonna like this one. Old fashioned bra and panties match.
I knew it was coming.
Old fashioned bra and panties match.
It's been a long time since we saw one of those, Mike. It's been a long. Those were in the dark past.
That's where I'm going with it. Number 8.
Oh, okay, I didn't have it on my list. So are we going above or below Falls Count Anywhere?
Probably below.
Okay, all right, safe. We're safe then.
Yeah.
We're safe then.
Yeah.
Okay, my second one here I have is a ladder / Money in the Bank match.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I think I have TLC, so that's kind of like
let's bring it together. So TLC? Some of these matches I'm not fully like cognizant anymore of what. So what is TLC? Is tables, ladders, and chairs, but is there something hanging?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm TLC. Because we're just bringing more fun shit to the party.
Yeah. So TLC is basically a ladder match with tables and chairs.
Okay, then I like that for number 1.
Oh, okay.
I like that over a Falls Count Anywhere. I mean, number 1 right now. I don't mean overall, but we're moving things down. I don't know how you feel.
Above Falls Count Anywhere?
Yeah, so right now that would put the list at TLC, Falls Count Anywhere, bra and panty match.
Okay, I'm good with that.
You good with that so far? We can tweak it at the end.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll go again. You threw TLC in there to mix it up. Special referee match. I like a good old special referee match. Things get a little wonky in a special referee match.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I think mine here is an Inferno match.
Ooh, Inferno match is good. I forgot about Inferno match. Fire. People getting burned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inferno match.
Okay. Where are we putting these?
I think I would put Inferno match above special referee.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you on that. But where is it above Falls Count Anywhere? Inferno? Is it above TLC? Let's start there.
I don't think it's above TLC.
Okay, so let's put it at 2. I like it at 2 right now. And then special referee, where we put that under bra and panty match right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with it. Look, I knew that I wasn't bringing the heat on my list. I just had to go with what I could think of.
I think bra and panty match is the one that like we can kick out. Like if we need to, that's the one that we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, so then do you want special referee above that?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so hit me with your next one, then I'll hit you with my next one.
So my next one is going to be a 3 stages of hell match.
Mike, I don't know what that is. That sounds scary, Mike. I'm not real comfortable with that one.
It's old school, and the way they did it, they would kind of. There was only a couple that I'm familiar with, but I enjoyed watching them. So 3 stages of hell is basically it's 3 matches, 3 different stipulations, right?
Okay.
So one could be a cage match, one could be a last man standing match, and then one could be like a ladder match. Like there's 3 different.
So it's just three special matches, 3 mashed into one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is it better than the TLC?
I think the thought of the concept is better, but I don't think there's been enough of them
to rank it there
above. Yeah.
Okay, better than
I think
better than Inferno.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm good. I that's kind of where I felt. 3.
Yeah.
Once you explained it to me, I bought into the concept. I don't think I've ever seen a 3 stages of hell match.
There's only been a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, now I feel bad about my fucking choices here, Mike. I don't get very creative here. I got I quit match next.
That's not a bad one. I
like a good I quit match.
I think this is a perfect spot for that. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So where are we putting it?
Right above or
right now we have TLC 1, 3 stages of hell 2, Inferno is 3, Falls Count Anywhere 4, Special Referee 5, and Bra and Panty is 6.
I think I'll put that above the Falls Count Anywhere.
I do too, because it's now that I look, it's a little bit of the same concept, except you have to quit. So I'm with you. I like it.
Quit. Yeah.
All right, so we've got 7 on the board right now, and I've still got 3 on my list.
Okay. I have two that I definitely want to get on here.
Okay.
For sure. I think
let's talk.
I think there's one that we definitely agree on.
Royal Rumble, right?
The Royal Rumble.
Okay, where does the Royal Rumble rank to you?
That's my top match.
Me too. It's the most fun thing to watch. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's
we're
my
on
top match.
same page.
Yeah,
we can slot in the Rumble at 1.
Yeah,
that makes that simple.
So I think where I would make a change, I would kick the special guest referee.
Okay,
and I would put a Buried Alive match.
So I have casket match, but I think those are right in the same thing. Buried Alive is just a prettier under the dirt. So I'm all in on that.
Yeah.
So let's add that in.
I would kick the special guest.
Okay.
Put in the
Okay, so I can take casket match off my list. Now the one I have one left here.
Okay.
War Games.
Oh man.
And I've only been introduced to War Games recently.
In
the last couple years, so I don't necessarily know.
I think I would be comfortable getting rid of the fall count anywhere.
Okay, because we have I Quit.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's the list looking like now?
So right now we have Royal Rumble number 1, good old fashioned TLC match number 2, 3 Stages of Hell number 3, an Inferno match number 4. An I Quit match number 5, a War Games match number 6, a Buried Alive match number 7, and a Bra and Panty match number 8.
I want to get rid of the Bra and Panty.
Okay, we're knocking off 8.
We got to put Hell in a Cell in here.
You're right.
We got to put that in here.
So where does it go? Because that completes the list. Is it?
Right.
So we know it's not better than a Rumble.
No.
Is it better than a TLC? It can be.
It can be.
Not saying it is, but it can be.
It can be. I think you go Rumble 1.
Okay.
Hell in a Cell 2.
Okay.
TLC 3.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. Hell in a Cell. When you see Hell in a Cell, you show up and there's a damn giant cage over the top of the ring. You're excited.
You're in. You're excited. Yeah.
It's the upgraded version of a cage match. It's all right, Mike. I like this list. I'm not mad. I didn't know if we were going to agree.
One last thing I would flip. I would flip Inferno for.
Holy shit! There were balloons. You just had balloons pop up on your screen, Mike. What kind of wizardry do you have going on over there, man?
I don't know, man.
You just raised your hand and balloons showed up. All right, what you got there?
That's that white 6 shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would flip Inferno and Buried Alive.
Okay, so we have. Okay, so you want Inferno 8.
Yeah.
And Buried Alive 5. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't see any problem with that.
I think I'm good with the list then.
I am too. I like it.
Yeah.
So I'll put together a bracket fight and I'll throw that up in it was Inferno switching with Buried Alive, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Royal Rumble, Hell in a Cell, TLC, 3 Stages of Hell, Buried Alive, I Quit, War Games, and Inferno. If you disagree, let us know in the comment section, and we'll probably tell you that we're not changing it. So
yeah.
All right, so Mike, let's do one more thing here. Let's give away a $15 Crumble gift card to anybody who fills that bracket out and puts it in the casual wrestling faction group.
Hell yeah.
Not to anybody. We'll pick one of the ones who do it. It'll be a giveaway. We'll give it away later in the week.
Cool.
This has been another episode of the Casual Wrestling Podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Follow us on all social media that we're on. But before we get out of here, Mike, it is time for the one final bell. One last quick take for you guys to wrestle with. I believe I'm first this week, Mike. So I'll drop mine this week. Mine, no comedy involved in this one. I wanted to be straight to the point. Dolph Ziggler deserves a proper Triple H WWE send-off. Before he retires, I still have a bitter taste in my mouth about him being let go. He was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I don't think he ever got a proper run under the Vince McMahon regime. I don't know if he even wants it, but I would love for Dolph to come back and get a kind of R-Truth-esque run in WWE where he just got to kind of finish off on his terms.
That'd be dope. I'm with that. For me, I think this Drew versus CM Punk situation, I think this has to stretch, right? I don't think this is a one-off. I think the way you make it interesting is you intertwine the story. Long-term booking is what Triple H likes, right? Drew McIntyre got cashed in at WrestleMania. How do you make that a long-term book? You make CM Punk win the Money in the Bank this year and tease Drew all the way up until next WrestleMania. Triple H, hear me out, make it happen.
Like it.
I got my popcorn ready.
Like it. Little glancing passes in the back. Just don't ever let them get the tension out. I like it, Mike. I like it. Tune in next week, guys.
Hey, you better bring it if we debating going toe to toe. No holding back, I'm speaking the facts. Let me introduce you to the dope show. NerdyD and Milwaukee Mike, bringing the energy. If you a fan of wrestling and especially WWE, this is the Casual Wrestling Show. Casual Wrestling Show. We got opinions, we letting them know.